So. The movie is you're going to see in a few minutes, but I wanted to let Gary Takesian say a few words to all of you. And we have some special guests also that have flown in, like Arnie Zabarian, who's in the film. You'll be hearing from him in a few minutes. So, Gary Takesian.
Well, it seems like the order of the day to thank you all for coming, and I certainly want to echo that. You know, I was telling a couple people earlier, for an indie filmmaker to venture on a project like this and end up with somebody of the stature of Lily Tomlin as the narrator, Kramer to pick this up and to create an event like this, you know, I was telling people, I'm whelmed. Just plain whelmed. You know, it's just amazing. You know, we started out really about 3 years ago. The idea was to try and bring the idea of homophobia to the screen. And how do you go about doing that? Well, we had talked for you know some amount of time, and all of a sudden, right before our eyes, was the Lawrence King shooting up in Oxnard. You know, we have a 14-year-old brings a gun to school, shoots a 15-year-old, and it's right in our backyard. So that really launched us on this particular endeavor. And we thought early on that, you know, we weren't really there to tell the Lawrence King story. This was really about taking that event and using that as the launching point to really talk about this. So we talked with students, we talked with teachers, we talked with parents, and with other folks who are the leaders of the various gay support groups. And those are the people who really tell the story. Because, you know, as a filmmaker, I don't think there's anything better that you can do than to let somebody tell their own story. Because for me to say something, they're going to say, who are you? But when you hear a kid talk about being bullied, when you hear somebody talk about their son being, you know, bullied to the point of death, there's something about that that touches our very soul. And that's what we need to do with this film. The idea, and I was telling a couple of people of this earlier, I think this issue of bullying is in its infancy right now, just like we were with the issue of smoking about 20 years ago. We don't smoke on airplanes, we don't smoke in restaurants, we don't smoke in people's homes, because we laid down the gauntlet and said, this is harmful. This is something we don't do anymore. And this is what we need to do with bullying. We need to be that type of vigilance with this, to be able to say to people, that's not appropriate. So thank